CEOs, entrepreneurs, business owners out there. We're diving deep today into some tech risks that could really impact your businesses. We can break it all down for you.
Yeah.
So no need to stress. It's kind of like your cybersecurity cheat sheet, getting right to the point. We're dissecting a podcast episode called Navigating Security and Compliance Risks in the Tech Industry.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it's packed with stuff you need to know. Like, did you know almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses?
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem.
But only a tiny fraction feel ready for them. That's a huge gap.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're here to fix. So let's get started. First things first, let's map out this whole cyber threat landscape. It's a wild world out there digitally, and knowing the terrain is key.
What's really wild is just how huge cybercrime is. In 2021, it cost the world over $6 trillion.
Wow.
To put that in perspective, it's like the entire GDP of Japan wiped out by cyber attacks.
That's insane.
The massive problem.
Yeah, definitely not something to ignore. So how are these cyber criminals actually hitting businesses? What are their main tactics?
Well, one of the most common is malware and ransomware. These are basically nasty programs that can lock you out of your systems or even encrypt your data, holding it hostage until you pay up.
Thanks.
A perfect example is the Colonial Pipeline attack in 2021.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
They had to shut down everything and pay a $4.4 million ransom to get back in control. The impact was huge. It disrupted fuel supplies all over the East Coast.
That's a scary reminder of just how disruptive these attacks can be. Not just the money, but the actual operations, too.
Yeah.
And it's not just big companies, right?
No, not at all. Small and medium-sized businesses are often seen as easier targets, sometimes even as a way into bigger networks.
Yeah, kind of like a stepping stone.
Exactly. Remember the Target breach a while back?
Yeah, vaguely.
It all started with a smaller HVAC contractor that had access to their systems.
Wow, so no one's really off the hook here. It's all about understanding the weak points and taking steps to protect yourself.
Absolutely. Another common tactic is phishing, where attackers try to trick employees into giving up sensitive info like logins. They use fake emails or messages that look totally real.
Oh yeah, those are getting really sneaky these days.
They are. It's getting harder and harder to spot the fakes.
I read about a company that lost millions because someone clicked a phishing link. They thought it was from a trusted vendor.
Ouch.
It's a reminder that we're all human and mistakes happen, and they can be costly.
That's why training and awareness for employees is so important. You can have the best tech in the world, but if your team isn't trained to spot these threats, you're still vulnerable.
So it's a combo of tech and human smarts. What are the threats from inside a company, though? Like insider threats.
Right. Insider threats are often overlooked, but they can be just as damaging. This could be a disgruntled employee intentionally stealing data, or even just an honest mistake, like accidentally clicking a bad link or sharing sensitive info.
You got to have those checks and balances in place to minimize the risk from both intentional and unintentional threats. Okay, so we've outlined some of the big cyber threats out there. Now let's talk consequences. What happens when a company gets hit by one of these attacks? What's the real cost of a cyber breach?
Well, financially, it can be devastating. We're not just talking about stolen data or ransom payments. There's legal fees, regulatory fines, the cost of fixing your systems, and all the lost productivity while you're dealing with the mess. It adds up fast.
And then there's the damage to your reputation. That could be even harder to recover from. People are really concerned about data privacy these days, and a breach can destroy trust and loyalty. That directly impacts your brand image and your future business.
It definitely does. Look at what happened to Facebook after their data scandal.
Yeah.
Their market value tanked by billions, and they're still trying to rebuild their image and trust.
It's a stark reminder that in today's digital world, your reputation is everything. Protecting data isn't just about following the rules. It's about protecting your brand and keeping your customers' trust.
Absolutely, and it hits small businesses hard. A cyber attack can really cripple their ability to operate and recover.
So no business is too small to be a target.
Right? And it's not a one-time fix either. This stuff is constantly evolving.
So we got to stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to emerging tech risks. What should CEOs and business owners be watching out for?
One big concern is the Internet of Things, all those smart devices connected to the internet.
You mean like thermostats and security cameras, even industrial sensors?
Yeah, all of that. While they offer convenience and efficiency, they also create new vulnerabilities.
I see. Each connected device is like a potential entry point for hackers.
Exactly. And a compromised device can be used to access other devices or systems on the network.
Kind of like a domino effect.
Exactly. We saw this with the Mirai botnet attack a few years ago. Hackers exploited vulnerabilities in IoT devices to create a massive botnet that launched attacks disrupting major websites and internet service providers.
So the convenience of IoT comes with a price. We need to secure these devices.
Absolutely. Another emerging threat is the use of artificial intelligence by cybercriminals. Yep. AI can automate and enhance attacks, making them more sophisticated and harder to detect.
So it's like a cyber arms race. Security professionals develop AI-powered defenses, and hackers use AI to bypass them.
Precisely. AI can create more convincing phishing emails, crack passwords faster, and even develop new types of malware that can adapt to security measures.
It's a constant battle.
It is. And then there's quantum computing, which could completely change the cybersecurity landscape.
That sounds intense.
Quantum computing is still in its early stages, but it has the potential to break the encryption algorithms we use today to secure our data.
So everything we rely on could be vulnerable.
Potentially. It could have huge implications for businesses, governments, and individuals.
It feels like we're entering uncharted territory. So how can businesses prepare for these emerging threats?
First, stay informed. Subscribe to industry publications, attend conferences, talk to security experts.
Knowledge is power. The more you know, the better you can defend yourself.
Exactly. But it's not just about staying informed. Businesses need to take action. One crucial step is to create a security-first culture within the organization.
Making cybersecurity everyone's responsibility.
Exactly. It means providing regular security awareness training to employees, implementing strong password policies, and regularly reviewing and updating security protocols.
Embedding security into the company's DNA.
Right. What about investing in cybersecurity technologies?
Yeah, what tools should businesses consider?
There are essentials like firewalls, antivirus software, intrusion detection systems, and data encryption solutions.
Sounds like a lot.
The specific tools will depend on the business, but the key is to have a layered security approach that addresses multiple potential attack vectors.
Like building a fortress around your business.
Exactly. But technology alone isn't enough.
Right. What else is there?
Businesses also need a solid incident response plan.
A plan for when something bad happens.
Right. This plan outlines the steps to take in case of a cyber attack, like how to contain the breach, recover data, and communicate with stakeholders.
So it's like a fire drill for a cyber attack.
Exactly. Having a well-rehearsed incident response plan can reduce the damage and help the business recover faster.
So preparation is key. Being proactive is the best defense.
Absolutely. But for many businesses, especially smaller ones, cybersecurity can be overwhelming.
They might not have the resources or expertise.
Right. That's where managed security service providers, or MSSPs, come in.
What are those?
They offer a range of cybersecurity services, from threat monitoring and detection to incident response and remediation.
So they're the cybersecurity experts.
Exactly. They give businesses access to the latest security technologies and expertise, often at a lower cost than building an in-house security team.
So you're essentially outsourcing your cybersecurity.
That's one way to look at it. It allows businesses to focus on what they do best while knowing that their cybersecurity is in good hands.
Makes sense. So we've talked about the threats, the consequences, and the mitigation strategies. What are the key takeaways?
Cybersecurity is not optional. It's critical for any business today. Ignoring cybersecurity risks is incredibly dangerous.
It's like playing with fire.
Exactly. Second, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. Everyone in the organization, from the CEO to the intern, plays a role in protecting the business.
We're all in this together.
Right. And third, cybersecurity is an ongoing journey, not a destination. The threat landscape is always changing, so businesses need to continuously adapt and improve their security.
So it's about being vigilant, informed, and proactive.
Exactly. By taking a proactive approach, businesses can reduce their risk and build a more resilient organization.
That brings us to a crucial question. What's one action CEOs, entrepreneurs, and business owners can take today to strengthen their defenses?
Conduct a comprehensive risk assessment.
What does that involve?
It involves identifying critical assets and data assessing potential threats and vulnerabilities and developing a plan to mitigate those risks. It's a roadmap to a more secure business.
So it helps prioritize security efforts and resources.
Exactly. And it's not a one-time thing. Risk assessments should be done regularly to keep up with changes in the threat landscape, business operations, and technology.
Always staying one step ahead.
Right. And by taking a proactive and informed approach, businesses can navigate this complex landscape and thrive in the digital age.
So it seems like cybersecurity and data privacy are kind of two sides of the same coin.
Absolutely. You can't have one without the other. Strong cybersecurity protects data privacy, and a strong data privacy culture reinforces cybersecurity.
It's all connected.
It is. It's a holistic approach protecting your business from threats both outside and inside while respecting your customers' privacy.
Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the latest cyber threats to emerging tech risks to the importance of data privacy and compliance. But before we wrap up, what are some key takeaways our listeners can use? What can CEOs, entrepreneurs, and business owners do right now to boost their cybersecurity and data privacy?
One of the most important things is to make cybersecurity and data privacy a top priority at the board level. Get buy-in from the top and dedicate the resources to implement and maintain a strong security and privacy program.
So security and privacy can't be an afterthought. They need to be part of the company's DNA.
Exactly. And it's not just about technology, it's about people, processes, and culture. Invest in employee training and awareness, establish clear security policies and procedures, and foster a culture of security and privacy across the organization.
It's a team effort.
It is. What about staying informed about the latest threats and trends? How can businesses keep up with the constantly changing cybersecurity landscape?
It's a fast-moving target.
It is. There are a number of great resources out there: industry publications, security blogs, and threat intelligence feeds. Businesses can also work with security experts and consultants to stay current.
So knowledge is power as always. The more you know, the better prepared you are.
Exactly. And speaking of preparation, how can businesses make sure they're ready to respond effectively if a cyber attack or data breach happens?
Because it's not a matter of if, but when, right?
Unfortunately, that's often the case. Having a clear incident response plan is crucial. This plan should outline the steps to take if an incident occurs, including who to contact, how to contain the damage, and how to communicate with stakeholders.
You need to have a plan and practice it regularly.
Exactly. Preparation is key. Being prepared can minimize the impact of an incident and help the business recover more quickly.
I like to think of it as a fire drill for cybersecurity.
That's a great analogy. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about and act on. Any final thoughts? Cybersecurity and data privacy are not just IT issues, they're business issues. And they're issues that every business leader needs to be involved in. By being proactive and informed, businesses can protect themselves, their customers, and their reputation.
Well said. It's about being vigilant, prepared, and proactive. It's about understanding that cybersecurity and data privacy are essential for success in today's digital world. Thanks for joining us today and sharing your insights.
It was my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, stay safe, stay secure, and stay informed. This is The Deep Dive signing off.